Hey, 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 Clare Hamilton.
Hello, Sara Cox.
Welcome to Teen Commandments, the show where we try to make sense of the often crackers brains of our teenagers. Welcome to Teen Commandments. How you doing? Hope you've had a great week. Clare, can we just discuss very briefly the delicious EastEnders toast we've just had?
Oh my God.
I call it EastEnders toast because it's a sort of white sliced, nutrient-free toast that they always seem to be munching, like Big Mo used to always seem to be eating that in her kitchen, and I'd always watch going, yum.
Oh, that's what you meant by EastEnders toast.
Yes.
I was like, why? Do they have it in the East End? I don't understand.
Oh,
Dripping with butter.
lovely, and a little bit of jam on there.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Because I used to get to stay up late with my cousin when I slept over at a house, and we used to watch Prisoner Cell Block H and eat that toast.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
He
what
used to
days.
bring me roses. What a show. You filthy grass, you big dag.
You could always see the set wobbling, couldn't you?
So good. So you can break out of that prison. It's made of cardboard, ladies. Have you not noticed? Just dampen it down a bit and break through. We never have that sort of bread in this house, do we? We always have a sourdough.
You always have a sourdough.
Mainly because of me listening to podcasts and reading books about nutrition. And you've just got to have sourdough. That's the only good bread, apparently. But we all know the most delicious bread is the one that has got zero nutrients in there. It's so yum. Right, I'll stop talking about bread now.
Stop talking about bread. Tell me what you've been up to, babe. What have you been doing?
Well, there's been a big announcement. Something that you've known about for a little while, but it has been a big secret.
Oh, yes. This is very exciting.
It is now out
let me
there.
drum roll.
Oh, that's quite good. I have been chosen to represent Radio 2 for the huge Children in Need Challenge this year.
Yay! What are you actually doing?
Is it a yay, though? Is it a yay or is it
Yay!
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
yay.
well done, well
It's
done.
a massive yay, but...
It's a good face that you're doing because other members of the family, my mother-in-law Susan, has done a face that's like, oh no, you're mad kind of thing. And I'm like, Susan, you can't do that face. You've got to do a happy face and you've got to say things like, you can do it, go get 'em, gal.
What are you doing?
I don't really want to talk about it. I've just got to walk and run and poodle miles every day.
Oh, fabulous.
More than a marathon a day for 5 days.
More than a marathon a
Don't
day?
do that
Sorry.
face. What did I just say?
Fucking hell.
So I have been secretly running, just running everywhere, running with the dogs, riding my horse, getting off the horse, running round where the horse lives, running into work, running back from work, running up a hill nearby, trying to get myself to the correct level of fitness that this challenge will be completed. Now, I've got to say, obviously, it's a massive honour when you get asked to do something like this because you get the chance, like Vernon, who went before me, and Paddy last year.
Did, yeah.
Our lovely boss, Lady Helen of Thomas at Radio 2, said, I want to complete the Bolton Triangle.
Yes.
Because they're both Bolton. And she's like, and I need a woman.
She needs a woman this time.
So I'm like, yeah, because you can't really say no.
No, you can't.
Because it's such a massively amazing thing to do, even though it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a great chance to do something unforgettable and to try and raise loads of money.
Back, yeah.
But at the same time, you're slightly cacking yourself. It does get you motivated to go to the gym, though. Just the thought of national humiliation when you don't manage to finish it.
Well, you can't give up, can you?
You just
gotta
can't
keep
give up.
going. I mean, are you allowed to do different things? Are we allowed to talk about what it is you're doing when you say poodle? Are you running? Are you walking?
All of it. It's by the power of my own 2 feet.
You're going to need some serious tenor ladies, babe.
Well, this has been my issue.
Is it going to be a sponsor? Should we get a sponsor from Tenor Lady?
I don't know if
Big
that's
on the back of your T-shirt.
I'm not kidding you. That was one of the first things I mentioned in the big Zoom meeting with the brilliant children in need people and the physio and the trainer that I'm working with and the Radio 2 bosses was like, I've had 3 children that have come out the traditional way. My worst fear is that I'm going to go running into through all these villages and stuff. We're going from Northumberland, like the borders of Scotland through Northumberland all the way to Yorkshire, to Pudsey in Yorkshire.
Wow.
And I'm worried that I'm going to run through all these villages And the kids are going to be like, yay, because they all come out with their pocket money, Paddy was telling me, and it's amazing.
That's so cute.
And that I'm going to be the lady who smells of piss.
You're going to have a big wet triangle.
Well, I've got to have patterned leggings on. I tell you what, I am doing my pelvic floor exercises like there is no tomorrow. Next time I see you for the pod, I'll be able to fire a piece of toast at you. That's how I'll serve it.
Right, well, we need that for the socials. I tell you what's going to be good then, the squatting that we've been doing, because you can have a little squat behind a bush every now and again.
Well, that's what I said. Apparently, that's what happens. You can just
that.
knock onto people's houses and go, can I come in for a wee?
Oh, that's amazing.
Because I don't mind a wild wee. You know me, I'm always nipping off for a wild wee. In fact, the other day I was doing some training in the park and it was the busiest time. You know, in the morning, sort of like 9ish, there's loads of people out walking the dogs.
And you just had a wild wee?
Well, I didn't dare because every time I thought, it's pretty quiet now. I needed a wee and I was running. And I thought I could nip behind that bush. And every time I nearly went for it, like a person walked through that bush bit with their dog. And I'm like, I really can't. This isn't like a
Do you
big...
want a good tip?
This isn't like a big wild heath or something that's thousands of acres. This is my local park that's got a playground in it. Do you know what I mean? And like a few paths.
So do you know what I did once? I went to the Pleasure Beach in Blackpool, which is the amusement park, with the teens, with my daughter. They all go in. Of course, I'm not allowed in. But the problem being...
Why are you not allowed in?
Mum vibes. I'm the driver. You just wait outside, walk up and down the promenade or do something to entertain yourself. And I'd done it before, but in the past, there'd been coffee shops open and I could get a bit of work done. But it was just after lockdown, so nothing was open at all. And I was desperate for a wee.
Also, I like that you're allowed on a fun fair and to go on roller coasters with everybody when it's like, we don't want to be sharing any germs and everyone's like, like screaming their heads off, going up and down.
Queuing up really back to back. That was fine, babe. You didn't get COVID at that point. But I had black leggings on and I thought, there's nowhere I can go. It's a wide stretch of beach. So I just sat on the sand with my leggings on and just weed.
What, did you wee through the leggings?
Yes. I just sat and weed and got up and just carried on. Just thought, I have no option here.
A woman's got to do what a woman's got to do.
Yeah, so maybe black's your choice maybe for leggings.
Do you think whenever you see anybody go into the sea on holiday, by the way, especially women,
of course,
where they're just going in and then they just bob around and pretend that they're just having a little look up and down the coastline? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't wee in the sea. I definitely didn't do that in Corfu.
No,
but you would see some women go in, so they'll swim like a couple of strokes, a breaststroke, and then stand there looking around and clearly concentrating.
Of course they are, especially because you're going to gather all sorts of sand and shells and everything down in your gusset. It's not worth it unless you need a wee, especially the ones who are drinking wine on the beach. There ain't no way you're not going in the sea.
No way you're schlepping all the way back to the hotel from the beach to go and have a wee. You'll get in the sea, aren't you?
Yeah.
So look, don't get me wrong, it's incredibly exciting. I'm really honoured that I've been asked. Very. It is an issue that I have, I am going to, you know what I'm like doing the pod? I'm always having to go off to have a little wee. So you don't fancy coming, do you, and just like carrying one of those little portable potties that you have when you're training the kids?
What, and be every 4 miles or something for you?
Yeah, more than that. But like every 20 minutes.
I'll need a mobility scooter, like when you've had a wee. You're like, right, quick, go ahead.
Just will you trundle along on a mobility scooter with a training potty? Oh my god!
Yeah, that'd be funny.
So look, I'm working on my pelvic floor as well as running around everywhere.
Right, okay.
It'll be fine. That's what I keep saying. It's going to be fine. So that's my life, doing lots of running. What's been going on in your world, please?
Do you know what I've done? So. We were talking about menopause a couple of weeks ago, weren't we? And how we have these moments. I got a letter through the post this week with a grainy picture of myself stood by my car, looking like I'm having a mental breakdown with socks and sliders on, staring into the distance.
Right.
At the petrol station.
Who sent this? Was it a fan of the pod? Is somebody following you and photographing you?
No, it was a big fine.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I've done?
Oh no. What, you were at a petrol station?
I've put the petrol in.
No way.
I have got in my car.
Oh my God.
And drove off. I have been going to this petrol station for 20 years.
Babe.
They know me. And as soon as I opened it, I went tearing down there. And I was
bet.
like, this is me. And he said, I'm sorry, we didn't know if it was you or not. Well, you can tell. No, you can't. You look like a nutter on the photo. And I'd only put a little bit of petrol in. And I said, I'm really sorry. Can I pay now? And he's like, no, you've got to go through the proper link and you've got to pay the fine as well. And I was just like, I can't apologise enough, but the young lads that work behind the till, they're not going to listen to my menopausal excuses that I literally...
What did you say? Did you mention menopause?
I just said I must have been having a really bad day, but I literally...
And did they seem like they believed you? Because they know you.
They were a bit giggly with me and stuff, and they probably would have said something after I'd left. Yeah.
But if you were dodgy, there's no way you'd have gone back there and said, this is me, and oh my God.
Well, I'd have filled the tank up for a start.
Yeah, if you were going to nick it, you might as well make it worthwhile. Don't put £8 in or whatever. Because, no, I mean, when I go and fill petrol up, I do think to myself, God, don't forget. That would be so easy to do.
Oh, honestly, I don't remember putting the petrol in at all. So I must have just finished and got in. But I wonder if you can actually... use this as a valid excuse in a court of law.
What, the menopause?
The menopause that
You should be able to. If men got it, you'd be able to, I bet. Oh, you poor thing. So what was going on in the photo?
So I'm just stood by the car, just obviously putting petrol in, just staring into the distance. Like, you have failed to pay for your petrol. And of course the kids have seen it and they're like, oh, Mom! So
You
shame
poor
on
thing.
me.
You
Shame
poor
on
thing.
me.
How much is the fine?
30 quid on top of 20 quid petrol.
That's not too bad. Could have been worse.
Yeah.
But still, bloody
hell. 50
hell.
quid of petrol, couldn't I?
Bloody hell.
It's the shame, not the fine.
Yeah, of course.
Because I do now when I go to put petrol in, I do think to myself, well, should I go somewhere else? But I'm going in there. But yeah, just naughty.
God, bloody hell.
Naughty. I wonder, like, how many people must do this? Like, there must be so many different situations where you just that brain foggy that you just must be doing.
Yeah, where
like
just the menopause just kicks in.
Yeah. When I first got the letter, I was so confused. I was like, that looks like a really old version of me. Oh,
Like,
it is me.
who's this confused older lady?
Who's this man that's got my haircut?
And how were you dressed? Were you dressed nice for work?
No,
or were you...
Literally tracky bottoms, socks pulled over and sliders on.
Claire.
Not just like, hunched over. Like.
So the debt company would have been like, yeah, usual uniform that these chancers wear.
Definitely a nut job. Look at this one. This 70-year-old man.
Staring off into the distance. Bloody hell. Did the letter say, dear Miss Hamilton, your uncle
was driving your car.
Your funny looking uncle in his sliders. Oh, babe. Oh, my God. Did you offer to sign the picture or anything now that you're a famous podcaster?
Try
You
and
could be
get
like,
away
hey.
with it. You do know this is worth something, don't you? Hey, I got recognised in Lidl.
Oh, very nice.
I know.
Who by?
It was a guy with very long hair.
Oh.
It wasn't from the pod, though. It was from Gogglebox. But he came... This is really weird how some people do it, though. He came over and looked really into my eyes in my personal space and went... and then walked off.
Are you sure he recognised you?
Yeah,
He's
'cause
not
he
just a
came
local character.
You'd not be like, you're the one that stole the petrol. He came back and shouted Gogglebox at me. And just stood laughing. I went, like that. And then he was thought he was in on my joke.
Did you do a shush?
I'm in Lidl, darling.
You're like, shh, don't let word get out. I'll get
Lidl.
mobbed. A little bit later on, we're going to be celebrating those items of clothing from when you were a teenager that you were just absolutely obsessed with and you wore to death, you saved up for, you begged, you borrowed, and you finally got your mucky little mitts on your dream jacket or jeans or whatever it was. And we'd love to know yours as well. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. So on last week's ep, we were talking about school rules, and there are extra school rules when you go on school trips. Ew. Because you are representing the school. When you step outside of these gates wearing that uniform, you are representing the school. So you've got to be on best behaviour when you're going on school trips during the day. Where did you go? So you were Whitefield. We must have gone on similar school trips. So there was Jodrell Bank, which is the notorious occasion where I stole a
These
pen
are northern ones
from the
aren't they?
gift shop. Yeah, because we were both going to school up north, different
Yeah.
schools. So we probably had crossovers. So you'd have gone to Jodrell Bank, I imagine.
Yeah, we went to Jodrell
Did you go
Bank.
to Chester Zoo?
Went to Chester Zoo.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So school day trips, all
You'd
good
get
stuff.
that geography trip where you'd go and see some sand dunes or something.
Yes. No, they'd often be ones where you'd be staying over.
Oh, really?
Did you ever do sort of a long weekend where you'd be doing, like you say, measuring the coastline and stuff? So do you remember on geography school trips, you'd go away for a couple of days and you'd just be measuring stuff. You weren't quite sure why or what.
You'd have a clipboard, wouldn't you?
You'd have
And
a clipboard.
protractor and a compass or something.
And you'd have, do you remember those big wheels that you'd walk along the floor
Yes!
that would click?
Measuring
Yeah,
random
must
bits.
have clicked every metre
Yeah.
that you walked along, and you'd be thrilled, like the novelty would soon wear off, but at first the clicky wheel thing was quite exciting. And you'd all be there looking, getting buffeted by the rain and the wind, but at the same time so excited that you'd got on a coach and...
You're not in double math.
Yeah, you're not in double maths and you're out of school and exciting stuff.
And then you had to keep your notes, didn't you, for lesson time? You get into lesson the next time, like no idea where them fucking notes are.
You'd get back so that, you get back and take off all your wet cagoules and stuff and have to go through your results and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just such a buzz staying in like random dormitories.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
They have not changed the dormitory thing because my daughter went on a geography field trip once a year for the last couple of years,
Right.
and every time, without fail, there's always graffiti.
I was going to say, did you scratch the initials into the bunk beds?
There's always, stuff
Yeah.
scrawled on stuff.
Yeah.
Like the mattresses are always filthy. They're always like, this place is disgusting. Like the amount of teens that have slept on these tiny little thin... Do you know what I mean? It's given them a taste of basically being on remand for a violent crime.
Teachers are always pissed, aren't they, doing something extra?
Teachers just, putting some of those mini bottles of Merlot. There you go, off to bed, girls. But I think it's always quite an awakening for my daughter because she's got a nice bedroom here. She
Yeah,
goes
it
to a
is.
nice school. And then I
Yeah.
think she's always like, oh my God, this place is so grim. Like a flickering light bulb. But we bloody loved it when we went
it was
away.
a bit haunted, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, they'd always be like...
Yeah.
Although when we first met and we had a night away working, doing our
Yeah.
modelling in South Korea, you convinced me there was a ghost in the room. Is that what you were telling me?
Yeah. That was really dodgy. That had a mirror on the ceiling, and we still, at that point, we were still so young because we didn't really get it, the mirror on the ceiling. Or I didn't.
No, I had no idea what
I
it
thought
thought.
it was just real fun.
Yeah, just to check how you look when you wake up.
I remember us doing like star shapes on the bed in the mirror.
Like snow angels, just doing that, like, look. And then you had, was it your knickers or my knickers on your
I
head?
had your knickers on my head.
And jumping around.
Yeah. It was
Saying there was a
really
ghost.
mature.
I'd like to explain, we were only 18-ish,
We were 27.
weren't we? Yeah, it was last year.
So I went to Switzerland.
That's fancy.
I went skiing with school.
That's so good. I didn't know you can ski. Can you ski now?
I kind of thought it was fucking years ago. But apparently it stays with you forever. So
I was going to say, is it not like riding a bike?
Yeah, I can ski.
So that's fancy going skiing.
Yes. And the boy I really fancied, I snogged him.
Did
In
you?
Switzerland, yeah.
You finally hooked him with the
Yeah.
backdrop of the Swiss Alps.
And then he told me not to tell anyone.
Oh no!
I didn't care.
How soon after you'd finished snogging and you'd wipe the saliva
Immediately.
from straight away? It was like,
Duds.
this is between us.
Between us, do not tell anyone I've snogged you.
What was it that attracted you to him? What was it that finally clinched it? Was it the bright pink polyester ski outfit? What were you wearing?
I don't know, because do you know what?
Was it the marks left by the goggles?
My pink go faster stripes and my bad perm. I think I actually went skiing past him and sort of fell over at some point as well, but I'd fancied him for years. And I remember that we had chemistry, because you know when you have those stairs when you're a teenager,
Yeah.
across the hall or whatever, and you hold someone's stair for too long and you look away and it's all brand new.
And it was just unrequited love. What, and you'd
Yeah.
have a little look at each other.
We would, but then in reality, all of his mates were like, oh, Hamilton, chicken legs and stuff, and he'd join in laughing with them. So when we got away to Switzerland, we had a snog, but then I wasn't allowed to say anything.
And did you have any more snogs after that, or was it
No,
just the one-time
It was
special?
the one time that we went back to stairs across the distance.
It was it must have been the mountain air
Yeah, it might have been.
that you were both high on.
Yes,
Oh, that's
something.
kind of lovely,
The
that
altitude,
story.
maybe he'd lost his head a bit.
And did you continue being at school with this boy, but nothing else ever
Do you
happened?
know what happened? He moved away and I never even got to say goodbye.
What, he was removed from the school? Did his parents find out that you'd snogged? That notorious girl who can hide a ciggy in her mouth.
Stop snogging her. No, he just never came in one day, never came back.
What was his first name?
Richard.
Want to imagine. Oh, was it?
Rick Melville.
Rick Melville.
Yeah.
Well, if you're out there, Rick, have you ever looked him up? Have you ever looked
I
up?
have looked him up on Facebook.
Yeah, have
Can't
you?
see him. Can't.
God, he's really gone underground. He's gone into witness protection since snogging you. He's got to
I've
go.
rang all the Rick Melvilles in Yellow Pages.
Oh, do. Melville. Rick Melville.
Do you remember me as I'm stood outside his house and his wife's telling me to fuck off for the 67th
In your
time?
ski outfit. I want to recreate the magic. I wonder where Rick went then and where he is now.
See, things happen on school trips, I think, that, that you're just away from school.
Yeah, free
so-
from the constraints. So
Yeah.
all those sort of rules are out of the
Yeah.
window.
And all like different friendships like merge as well. And you come back with different friends sometimes and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
because you kind of
magical.
chuck together.
Yeah.
Was there
definitely.
any sneaking of booze on school trips? I think that sort of still goes on. There's
Yeah,
always
that'll
rumours.
definitely go on. Teachers
With my
probably.
big girl, like coming back from school trips, saying
Yeah.
such body had some booze and was selling it.
Oh.
And then, because they just can't keep it quiet, all the like tittle tattle starts and
Yeah.
it gets back to the teachers and
Wow.
then all the bags are
They
searched.
confiscate it and then drink it that night.
I love when you pick them up, when you pick kids up after a school trip as well. All 3 kids have been sent off where they're doing those outdoor pursuit things, where they've
Yes.
got to go. I mean, I did it as well on Lake Bloody Coniston.
Oh, did you?
Absolutely freezing. And my kids got sent off as well, got the similar punishment. So that's still a thing where you get sent off with various cagoules. You always need waterproof trousers.
Yes.
And they're going away on those outdoor pursuit holidays where they've got to be climbing ropes and walking across from tree to tree and all that. And you get the list of equipment that they need. And you're like, how long are they going for? And what are you doing to my child? There's so much kit and caboodle that they need. And I remember we'd send them off, especially when they were sort of 13-ish,
Yes.
and they'd go away and you'd pack all the bags and you're like, right, they're away for 3 nights, so we're going to put in let's put in, just in case, 6 pairs of pants, just so the spare
Yeah.
ones, because they're going to be getting wet and they're going to be getting messy, and then 4 clean t-shirts and then 8 pairs of socks, and the bag had come back and nothing had been used. Like all the knickers, all their pants were just all still folded up perfectly neatly, and all the socks, like nothing had been worn. They'd basically worn the same stuff
Gone
every day,
feral,
just
yeah.
gone completely feral. I don't know what they slept in. Still a full tube of toothpaste. They just went absolutely wild for a few days. Like, okay, good.
Yeah, massively. Do you know what I loved about the Duke of Edinburgh? Do you remember when they have to do that? And my daughter, I remember they all went hiking and they went off in different groups, but some of them weren't speaking. And that horrible vibe that you get from different girl groups.
Oh, it's
and
just
it can
awful.
Be really nasty.
Friendship
in
politics
school.
when you're a teenage girl is just so tricky. It's the
It's-
stuff of nightmares.
It really, really is. And one group of girls were lost, and the other group of girls that came to help them was a group that they'd not spoken to and they were having real problems with at school. And they came back all best mates, and it changed things. So there is good in all of that.
That's good. That is a real movie script there. I'm
Isn't
writing
it?
that down
I'm writing
now.
some films today.
They're out in the wild together, and they could only get back if they worked
if
it
they
all
make
out.
friends and sort it all out.
I mean, well done if you're the sort of parent whose child has done Duke of Edinburgh,
Yes.
silver and gold, because I think the vast majority have done Duke of Edinburgh, bronze,
Right.
and then left it at that.
Is the next bit volunteering and all that sort of
You're
thing?
supposed to be doing that anyway to get the bronze. The next bit is it's all stepped up and you go out for longer and you walk for many more miles.
Oh, wow.
And I think a lot of kids do bronze, i.e. my kids, and go, yeah, I'm done now. I'm quite happy with the bronze, thank you, because
Yeah.
they just don't want to go out and get trench foot and walk around loads of fields getting shouted at for
Well, it
days.
does.
Because I remember when my son went, and he just happened to have a really rainy weekend, and we picked him up. It like we dredged him from bottom at canal. He was just sodden and like shivering and just absolutely filthy. Like he needed power hosing down when we got him back. Wow. But they used to do it when we'd go on trips as well up north. Like they used to give us a compass. I mean, who can't fucking use a compass? There was no, like, it didn't feel like there was much health and safety back in the 80s where we'd just get sent off. They were literally like, here's a map. We've been doing map reading in geography, remember. Here's a compass, never used one before, but good luck. We'll see you back at the lodges. Like, do you know what I mean? In sort of 9 hours.
They stood with their hot flask of something.
A snood on because it's the 80s and they've got the fingerless gloves on, all cosy in a big coat. Off you go, good luck, we'll see you back here later. Like, what would they have done? Would they have had an emergency chopper or released some hounds to sniff us out?
I don't even think they would have done a body count again.
We still would have been wandering around there now. We'd have had to form a new society, had babies and stuff, and, you know, started a new life. Complete madness. Now, I know that Claire finds it confusing when I sing, but I just can't resist fashion, to quote David Bowie, or Bowie, whatever you prefer. Teen fashion. Especially when you've not got much money. Your clothes are so important to you, aren't they? And they are so sort of treasured. Yeah. Where did you get your clothes from? What was your sort of big dream outfit when you were a teenager?
My favourite things to wear were... I had a pair of Levi jeans from Affleck's Palace.
Very cool.
And they had slits in just under the bum. So just under your buttocks.
Did you start the underbum trend that's now being seen with kids now, with the bums hanging out of the shorts?
Well, it was a thing then, wasn't it? So,
no,
yeah,
I can't remember that. What, a slit? So you could, just under the bum at the back?
And the knees. You have to have the
knees, yes, but at the back, under the bum.
And the more you washed them, the more stringy the slit went. And the bigger the slit went as well. My dad wouldn't let me wear them though, but I used to wear them all the time.
Jesus, I can't remember the slit under the bum.
Oh, why didn't you? Honestly, it was very sexy, really.
I'm there with Affleck's Palace. That's where I got a lot of my clothes from. But I've never heard of the slit under the bum. The holes in the jeans on the knees was definitely huge for a while. Yeah. And it would prompt a lot of dad jokes. Like my farmer dad would be like, bloody hell, you could have worn my jeans. I've got some jeans like that.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? And do you remember your favourite pair of jeans? You'd wash them over and over again and you'd wear them wet if they weren't quite dry.
I mean, now there is no way on earth you would put something damp on. Now you'd be like, oh, no, that's even normal clothes. Oh, no, just put it on the radiator for a minute, get it warm. But back then, there's no fucks given.
If it's fine, not dry.
Can dry on my body. Yeah, you brought that back. My mum would come up and feel my clothes and be like, that's still wet. No, it's not. It's fine. As the first stage of pneummonia start kicking in.
Why don't you wear your other pair? Absolutely not. No way.
So the jeans I most coveted, I never wore Levi's. Well, the jeans I really wanted, which I really saved up for, were Paul Smith.
Oh, wow.
Dark blue, like ink blue Paul Smith jeans.
Yeah.
But I think they were boys because my jeans never fit me on the waist. I would always have a belt on and they'd always be ruched up around my waist. So they must have been massive on me.
Maybe.
And I think I would have got them home and having spent all my spends and all my savings on them. And I think my mum just been like, I give up. Look at these.
They don't fit.
They don't fit. We have it now where vintage packages arrive and my daughter's getting stuff that doesn't really fit around the waist, but they're just like, it's fine, put a belt on.
Yeah.
The grand circle of life. And I used to love like anything Paul Smith because it's spendy. I mean, it's still spendy now.
Yeah.
It's posh. So I think I must have just had one pair of Paul Smith jeans that I just wore to death. And also those massive, do you remember the massive parallel jeans?
Yeah, I do. The Joe Bloggs, weren't they?
Joe Bloggs. Although, you know, I used to get the name mixed up and like show off that he had some Fred Bloggs. People would be like, I don't think, what's Fred Bloggs? But I mean, Joe Bloggs. Yeah, whatever. And those parallel ones that would go over your kickers.
Yes.
Basically, my boyfriend at the time lived like 2 buses away and I had to walk through a field to get to the first bus stop.
Right.
And I would gather that much moisture from those long jeans because there was so much fabric in them and they were over my kickers, so they were trailing through this long grass that by the time I got out of the field, I was sort of half a stone heavier with sort of dew, you know what I mean? Like the wet from the grass.
That would work its
That
way
would
up.
work its way up.
Yeah.
So like from the knee down, these
Yeah.
sort of quite pale jeans were like a deep blue because
Yeah.
they were just sopping wet.
And so frayed at the bottom from when you're walking on the pavements and stuff.
Yeah, standing on them.
Yes.
Just
yeah,
love
just
them.
lovely.
And Affleck's Palace was so cool.
Yeah, and what about the acid? That smiley face on everything. Do you remember?
You did the actual face when you did that then. So come on, what did you have on?
Oh, I had the well, you had to have the top with the acid on, the smiley face, and I had the hat. I had a hat, and then I also had a top with a Jamaican flag on it. That was a massive
Clare.
thing. I loved that top. And the paisley shirts. Do you remember them?
Hang on a minute, can we get a rewind? You're not getting away with that. So you'd have a smiley face on your top.
Yeah, and then I'd have that leather thing that you like a necklace, but it was a big leather circle, and it had a Jamaican flag on it.
Oh my God, what was with you and the Jamaican connection?
It was
Just because it was
trendy.
like, what
Everyone
was this
had
in?
one.
Was this when people were smoking? Did you do some cultural, some cultural misappropriation?
It was a thing, honestly, the Jamaican flag. No, yeah.
You didn't do the accent, did you? Because
was
we'll
it
get cancelled.
the map of Jamaica with the Jamaican
The
colours.
map of Jamaica with the Jamaican colours will be
Yeah.
it. So what is it? It's red, yellow, and green,
yeah,
isn't it?
but it was to do with, I'm sure it was smoking weed or something. 'cause
It
you
will
had the
definitely be
cannabis
with
and
that. It'd be that
stuff.
sort of Bob Marley vibe,
Yeah,
the
it
smoking
was.
weed sort of vibe.
Yeah.
Don't do the
definitely.
accent. We will get cancelled from Pod Life.
Okay.
But you also had a bucket hat, did you say?
Yeah, I had a bucket hat, but I'm sure that had the smiley face. These are the raving days.
This is
I
quite-
never had a whistle though.
This is quite Kevin and Perry. Okay, I did have a whistle
There
at
you
one
go,
point.
see.
When we'd go raving, you might have
You
a
had a
whistle.
whistle.
Did you ever have a dummy on a string around your neck when you were raving? Do you remember those?
Oh my God.
I didn't have a dummy, but people would suck on a dummy. I imagine stop them gurning or whatever substances they took. I'd be
Yeah.
like, I'm all right for having a dummy.
Alright.
Thank
Well,
you
it was
very
dummy
much.
or chewing gum, wasn't it?
I would, yeah, you'd have some chuddy going on, some spiggy that you'd share, pull half of it out your mouth and give it to your mate. Okay, if you're going to confess to the smiley face, I didn't have much with smiley face on, but I did have a light grey long-sleeved top that I would wear that had on it a big Vicks vapor rub on the front, because that's what people would
That's
rub
what
on
they
themselves when raving. Bring yourself up.
Yeah.
I'm coming up. Are you coming up? It's like, we're coming on. I'm coming on. Are you coming on? Are you coming up? I'm coming up. I'm coming up. Are you coming up? I'm coming up. No, I'm not coming up.
No, I'm on.
Oh no, I've come on when I'm coming up. It's so complicated. And I had Vicks, but instead of vapor rub, it said Vicks raver rub on it. Oh, cringe. So I'd have that on my t-shirt. Be so pleased with that. Also have in spiral carpets the cow that had the swirly eyes. I had a top like that with a swirly-eyed cow that said cool as fuck, but it was cool as fook because they had to have like swirls instead of the U and the C.
Right, okay.
I also, final confession, I did have to have a James top, from the band James. And it used to have JA on the front and then M on the sleeve and then ES on the back.
Okay.
And I just thought I was
You were so cool.
the coolest. I
Yeah.
just thought I was so cool with my long spiral perm going out in all of that. Oh
And
my
come
God.
on, what colour was your shell suit?
Now, I can't remember my shell suit years. I know. What is it? Tashini? Or is that an iron?
It was a car.
Is that Toshiba?
Is that a car?
Is it Tashini?
I don't know.
Tashini, or I always wanted a Kappa tracksuit. Very cool. Why?
Yeah.
What was your shell suit like?
Turquoise and purple.
Bloody hell, that's quite a heady combo, isn't
And I
it?
used to wear 2 pairs of tights underneath it because I thought my legs looked skinny in it. How uncomfortable is that?
God, you were such a fire risk,
Such
babe.
a catch if anyone got jiggy with me. What the fuck are you?
I mean, talking about me with bits rubbing while I'm running. I mean, you just must have been one big chaff. I mean, all that nylon rubbing together. Fantastic.
You sound like your mother.
Could have powered half a Whitefield if we'd hooked you up to the electricity grid with it all rubbing together, the static.
Again, very flammable.
God.
Early teens was the shell suit years for us.
Yeah. And the going out in hot, we all had a hot pant phase, didn't we? I can see it now. I'd have denim shorts on, thick black tights, thick-soled shoes or trainers, and a little vest top.
Okay.
And just for when you stood out in the queue, because of course, do you remember the queues for going raving, where you'd have tiny outfits on, and then you would queue for 2 hours to get into a club.
Rain.
Oh, sideways rain. That'd be part of the vibe, wouldn't it? Stood there just shivering. Sometimes we'd wait in a queue so long, I could do a sort of meditation trick where I'd go out of my mind. I'd just be like, parts of my body were just closing down. I was like, I don't need those vital organs for another half an hour while I'm just... Yeah, exactly. I'm so... And then you get in the club, you're like, woo, it's all fine. Everything's fine. Let's go rave. As ever, we'd love your stories, whether it's about school trips, your kids or your own, Duke of Edinburgh, all that juicy stuff. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. And of course, the clothes you're obsessed with. What did you go out raving in? What did you wear when you're going out underage drink and try and make yourself look a little bit more mature and sophisticated? hello@teencommandments.co.uk. We'll see you on Wednesday for our Your Turn episode. Claire, I love you.
I love you.
And we love our fabulous listeners, don't we?
We do.
Send this ep to someone you love. And if you're listening to it because someone sent it to you, then that means that you're the best and you've got a lovely friend. Lucky things. Love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.